All right, guys, welcome to another KevCAM night class tonight. Tonight have Scott Harding helping out, answer any questions or concerns. Scott, are you with us?
Yes, I sure am. Thanks, Kev. Yeah, we just want to welcome everyone here to the KevCAM Night School. We really enjoy doing these for you, and we appreciate everyone taking the time out of your busy evenings to join us. If you have any questions, just put them into the question bar. I'll stop Kev, and he will address whatever questions or comments you guys have.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Scott. And for those of you guys that don't know, I got asked this last week, so let me just do a quick screenshot of, and you guys go to webinar should look pretty similar to this. So let me just pull this up real quick. All right, so here's what your GoToWebinar looks like. There'll be a questions right here. Unfortunately, mine's docked out right now, so we can kind of see your guys' questions, but there'll be a questions panel right there, and if you guys want to type them in right there, if you guys do have questions, I'll be putting links in here for my email once we get to that point, and the YouTube channel here. So for any of you guys that did have questions on where that questions was, just hit the little down arrow for the question spot, and then you can type your questions in there. So, but yeah, so tonight, for those of you guys that are new, we are using GoToWebinar. Everybody is on mute just to eliminate any background noise. And I see a couple new names in here, so just cover this real quickly here. These classes are solely dedicated for you guys as a learning purpose, and we definitely welcome your ideas and suggestions, so much that we actually will send you some SolidCAM swag if you send over an idea. And like I said, let me put my email address in here for you guys, for those of you guys don't have it. So I just put my email address into the GoToMeeting chat for you guys. So shoot those ideas over and let us know, or let me know what classes you'd like to see. And we got lots of good stuff in the lineup here. So a lot of great things to come in the night class here. So. And with that being said, every one of the night classes is recorded. So you can see previous ones here. Let's see, where were we? Yeah, the simultaneous 5-axis perpendicular to curve right here. Didn't have one last week. I had to take a little bit of vacation. So apologize for that for you guys that were missing out on last week's. But any recorded ones are, or any night classes we do are recorded on here, and this channel is getting to grow pretty large in here of a lot of how-to stuff, a lot of live cuts, you know, HSS, covering HSM, synchronization. So here's a great learning tool, and we're constantly adding new material in here. Just yesterday, how to deburr inside of a hole right here. Unfortunately, I don't know why the snowmobile one popped up at the top of the list here, but you know, pocketing, reverse space, milling profile. So if you guys are on the channel and you're looking for something specific, just hit the search inside the channel here. And if you can't find what you're looking for, we just had one the other day, couldn't find a video that we're looking for, so sent it over. Just shoot me an email, let me know what you're looking for. If I can't find it for you, we'll make it for you guys. So like I said, I just want to use this as a huge training base for you guys as much as possible. So, and with that being said, we are going to be doing the morph between boundary curves tonight, showing you guys how it works, the ins and outs of it, little tricks of the trade. And morph between boundary curves is probably one of my favorite ones for the 5-axis. Just I think you have more control, but it definitely has its purpose in there. And one other thing is we are doing a review page on SolidCAM. So if I go to our SolidCAM site real quick, and we've added customer reviews. Kind of leaning on you guys for this one. I know a lot of you guys have filled this one out, and I greatly appreciate it. And what we'll do is send you some SolidCAM. I think, Tim, I know you got some. Ronnie, did you get your package yet? We'll send you some SolidCAM stuff in the mail if you guys fill it out. So right here is basically just like how Amazon works. Select your star rating. If it's a 5, 3, 1, Tell us, what you think of it. Mention KevCAM in there if you want, and throw those reviews in there, and we'll send you off some SolidCAM swag. And for the people that are watching this on YouTube, that this link will be in the description. So, and I will put this link in the chat for you guys, for those that don't. And if you guys have just 2 seconds, fill it out. That'd be greatly appreciated. So, okay, so let's get into the good stuff here. So what we're doing today is, like I said, morph between boundary curves. Now, this strategy enables you to generate a morph toolpath between 2 leading curves. The generated toolpath is evenly spread through the drive surface on the 5-axis parallel cuts. So with that being said is, basically, we're going to be kind of machining out this inside area and this outside area. And what it's going to do is we're going to tell it where to start and where to end. Identical to HSS, morph between boundary curves. Next week, we're going to kind of be covering sort of the same thing. It's going to be, instead of morph between boundary curves, it's going to be morph between adjacent surfaces, which you guys are going to get a lot of the same results. It's just completely up to you guys on what you guys want to use between morph between boundary curves and adjacent surfaces. But I'll show you guys both, and then hopefully that will get you when you come across a part on what you should choose for a toolpath. So if we kind of take a top-down view here, you can see, our walls are tapered. They're tapered on both sides here and the outside. And this part is pretty much roughed out right now. If we just go to do a simulate here, and we'll just do a solid verify real quick. So this is kind of what we're looking at right now for what's inside that toolpath. So everything's kind of roughed out. Could use 3D machine on this, but just kind of roughed it out using some different geometry, change it up a little bit here. So now we want to do our 5-axis simultaneous in here. So I want to keep that cutter basically cutting on the side of the cutter, working its way around, morphing between the top edge and the bottom edge, and same thing for the outside. So start up here, and we'll do a simultaneous. And for those of you guys that are new, we did cover a lot of this in the HSS, and like I said, the HSS and the simultaneous 5-axis are identical. You're not going to see anything different. The only thing different in here is the tool axis control. If you guys are just running regular HSS, it's going to look like this. So when we do 5-axis, it just opens up that tab. So let's start at the top and we'll work our way down. So our drive surface that we want to cut is this inside surface area here. So let me just kind of go through and grab all these real quick. Okay, we got all our surfaces selected. Now at my start curve, I want to start at the top and work my way down to the bottom. So I'll chain that, and I'll just do the constant Z propagation here. And it's not taking it, so we'll just go around here real quick. There we go. And we'll go ahead and grab our end edge curve. So where do we want the toolpath to kind of end up at? So now we told it we want it to start up here and work our way down to the bottom. So for this one, we'll do kind of like a semi-finish. So we'll just do a 0.2 millimeter offset for right now. Let's go ahead and grab a tool. And we'll start off with a 8 millimeter. Levels, I'm not really concerned about here. Toolpath parameters, I'll set my step over at 3.5 millimeters. Now, the thing I really like to use with morph between boundary curves, and especially on surface like this, is the sorting feature. Instead of attacking this, doing a zigzag pattern, I'm going to come across this as a spiral. So I can just kind of keep that tool completely engaged into that material the entire time. It's not going one way and then stopping, coming back around, or even doing, a single one way where it just goes around and then comes down, goes around. So you get a lot smoother on your machine, keeping that cut or that tool in the cut the entire time. So just personal preference, but. Okay, so we'll leave it tilted relative to cutting condition, but like I said, I want to work on the side of the end mill, not really the nose of the end mill. So I'm going to put this at 90 degrees, and then what I'm going to do is just follow the ISO lines. So let's just take a save and calculate real quick, see what we got for toolpath. And we're looking real good here. We may be going just a little bit deep, so what I'm going to do is just as a sanity check, I'm going to go turn my gouge check on, and I'm going to do the floor here to make sure I'm not going into the floor here, and I'm just going to do trim and relink. Oh, now we're getting some jump up, so easy enough. Let's go ahead and clean that up a little bit. If we go to our links, and we'll just do follow surface. There we go. We're getting a nice smooth cut, working all the way from the top, working our way down to the bottom here. So if we go ahead and play this through here, and we can play it through in Solid Verify. I'm not seeing much tool action going on in here to kind of get a good example of what the Trunion's doing. It's see a little bit better on the machine sim. So let's just go ahead and run it in machine sim real quick. And so you can see it's following those ISO lines, working away around the tool. I'll speed it up here a little bit, doing that nice corkscrew, doing that step down of 3.5 millimeters here, and just working its way down. If I zoom out of the machine for you guys a little bit. So pretty easy. Let me get down to the floor here, and we're good. Okay, so let's go ahead and exit out of here. Now, I want to use that same cutter on the outside. Basically, I want to do exactly the exact same thing on the outside as what I did here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a save and copy. And if I go to my geometry here, I'm just going to repick my geometry. And for this, so you guys don't have to wait for me to click through all this. Let me just, I know I have it in here somewhere. There we go. And we'll chain our top. Perfect. And let's grab our bottom here. Good to go there. So those are the only things. Oh, I need to change one other thing here, my gouge check. So I did my gouge check against the floor in here. So since I'm going to be doing the outside now, I'm going to do the gouge check against the surface right here. And we'll just leave everything as it is. Do save and calculate here. There we go. So we're basically doing the exact same thing as what we did before. We're following the ISO lines, using the side of the cutter right here, following that toolpath, going all the way around. If we want to simulate it through here real quick. And I'll speed this up so we don't have to wait so long here, but you can see we're just working right around the outside of that part, Maybe a little fast for you guys. And you can see the trunnion just, it's slowly moving there, back and forth as it's going around there. And we're done. So now I left that, what did I leave on there? 0.2 millimeter of a wall offset. So I should still have that, yep, right here. So now what I want to do is come back and do a finishing pass with a smaller end mill to get all the way down to the floor, all that good stuff. So what I'll do is just do another save and copy here. And I'll go to my tool, and we'll switch it over to tool number 5 here. Kind of my finisher tool there. And then let's go ahead and remove my 0.2. And let's do save and calculate here. So we're pretty much mirroring that exact toolpath there. Let's go ahead and verify this in Solid Verify. And I want to see if this happens on this particular one here. We might have to go to exact edges. For that first tool, it really didn't matter to me because if it got close enough to the floor, that was good enough. But once it gets done preparing the machine sim here, I can switch over. Now in my settings, I have it set up so it remembers the last simulation I'd done. You guys can set it up so it will automatically go back to HostCAD. So just in case you want to check a quick toolpath, you don't have to wait for your machine sim to come in, and that's what I probably should have loaded up for you guys here. But all right. So we'll go ahead and dance around this outside of the part here. Yeah, so you can kind of see in here, we still got a little bit of material still on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is, and then we talked about this with HSS, but I'm going to do it at the exact edges here. And that should get our tool path pushed down. And actually, one other thing here is, since we're doing a finishing tool path, let's just increase this just a little bit here. So now, if I get in here, you can see where my blue line is right here. That was kind of my roughing pass. And now my finishing is getting a little bit farther down here. So we're getting right to the exact edges there. So if we play this through here, there we go. Now we're getting right down to the floor, what we're looking for there. So keep an eye on that too. Sometimes we have to turn that on to get down to that exact surface. So, and that's just since we're working on the, the actual surface of the model. When two surfaces come together, we can sometimes there'll be just the smallest little gap. So we're telling it to go right down to the exact edge of that surface there. So we got the outside finish. So let's go ahead and let's see, let me turn off these. Let's go ahead and do a finishing on the inside here. So I'll just do save and copy here. And I'm gonna exit out and bring this down to the bottom of the list so I can keep my tools together here. And let's switch this to tool number 5 also. And if we go to geometry, let's move our offset there and put this at, okay, at 4.4. And I think that's everything. Well, let's just do 5. And we should be good. Let's take a peek and see what this toolpath looks like. So we're getting down to the floor here. Let's go ahead and play this through in simulation. And since I started that one and then I moved it down, it has to resynchronize everything. So anytime you guys move stuff around in here, which definitely have at her, you can copy paste. It will need to resync up with the Solid Verify so it can make sure we're not cutting any remaining stock that's left over. And we're still not getting to the, oh, forgot geometry, exact edges. Scott, you forgot to remind me on that one. I'm just kidding, Scott.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so now let's try it here.
All right, and I do have a question for you when you have a second, Kev.
Yeah.
Question here is, how is the tilting and rotation decided for a machine? Is it dependent on the machine kinematics, or is there an option to choose different tilting and rotation?
Yep, right here is, so if we want to do a, so this is kind of working on the side of the cutter. Let me see if I can get this so it stays highlighted here. So you can kind of see, you know, I wish I could kind of zoom in on this picture here, but you can see like right now, you know, at 0, it's straight up and down. So since we want to use the side of the cutter, we're going to do 90 degrees, but we can also tilt the cutter. So in this, with this lag angle here, it will be kind of tilted. Let's see if I can get this to stay over here. Tilted, you know, going this way along the tool path. I kind of went over this tilt angle quite a bit with that turbine blade. So, and it does depend on how your machine works and the kinematics, Anthony. But the best way to go about it to get a good kind of sanity check is coming over to your machine sim. And the only reason I say that is because we just kind of see the tool dancing around right here, and we don't really see the trunnion moving, where if we go over to our machine sim, once we pull it up here, and let's get rid of our housing here. So now if we play this through here, let's kind of slow it down here, you can see a lot more of what's going on there. So you can see our trunnion moving back and forth here, just to follow those ISO lines in there. And sometimes, you know, you guys might not be able to go off of the ISO lines. It all depends on the surface. And since we're basing all of our toolpath off of the surface, you guys might need to be able to, you know, play around with, you know, which one you guys decide to go with. So if you want to follow ISO lines or some of the other options in there. So, and that's it for this part. Anybody got any other questions on this particular part right here? All right. Let's go ahead and hop to our next one here. Did everybody fill out that survey when I was doing that part? I'm just kidding. Okay, so here is a part, doesn't look too complex, but when you actually get down looking at these pockets right here, you'll notice there's pretty much a little bit of undercutting of what's going on there. Got some really weird angles kind of going around this. Feel sorry for the engineer that had to draw this, but definitely works as a great 5-axis part to show you guys here. So what we'll be doing here is, and hopefully you guys can get a good representation. Maybe just, you can kind of see, try to do a top-down view here. So you can see that bottom is actually wider on this side than versus this side. So it's kind of coming in at a compound angle there. So pretty, and the only way to cut this would be, 5-axis, obviously. So let's go ahead and grab our morph between boundary curves here. And we'll start with this guy. And let's go ahead and grab a tool here. Grab our ball end mill. Levels, not going to really worry about because we're not having to worry about rotating around the axes here. So toolpath parameters, let's just do a 20th step over. And switch this over to spiral. And now for our tool axis control, basically going to do the exact same thing as what I did before. Tilted relative to cutting condition, working on the side of the cutter. And instead of doing 90 degrees to each cutting position, I'm going to follow the ISO line direction. And let's just take a peek and see what this gives us here. I think we may have to do some gouging check here, but let's just go to gouge check and just turn that on real quick. And what I'm going to do is, for the gouge check on this one, I'm going to do a tilt tool, and I'll just leave it set to automatic. And I don't really need to care about the surfaces right here. So let's do save and calculate. And we'll do a solid verify for you guys first here, and then we'll, yeah, we're not seeing much here. Let me go to general, show every single step, may help out. Getting all that material out that we need in there. And we're looking good there. If we want, we can throw this on machine sim. Zoom out just a little bit here and slow it down a little bit. So you can really see that. I think it's really cool seeing that trunnion rotate around and the 4th axis rotating all simultaneous. Basically all 5 axes are working at the exact same time of what's going on here. And you can kind of see all my movements over here, my B axis, my C axis, my Z, Y, and X axes just constantly moving. So, all right, let me speed up a little bit here. All right, so now we got that one, and kind of do what I'm just going to do what we did before here. I'm just going to do a save and copy, change up my drive surface here. And especially since we're doing that spiral, we get a real nice surface inside there. And let's go to this guy right here, save and copy again. Geometry, grab our inside surface there. Start. All right, save and calculate. All right, so let's play this through and, oh, I want to do solid verify. So working on the one slot there. Going over to our next one here. Try to speed this up a little bit. Any questions on this part right here?
So far, no questions, Kev.
All right. Now, one thing, and I'm not sure if, I know some of you guys know this, but as this gets done, if you want to replay an operation, all you guys have to do is just come over here and click on what operation you want to replay, and it will replay that operation. And that works for anything inside of SolidCAM. If we get out of here and, let's say we just want to simulate this operation, we'll do solid verify. Let that play through real quick here. But I guess what I'm getting at is if you guys wanted to see other operations instead of having to exit out of, the simulation dialog box right here, all you guys have to do is just click on the operation that you want to see or operations that you want to see and highlight it and hit the play button. Now, I never tried this, but if we want to do two at once, yeah, looks like you can. Just hit the control key and then you can play all the rest of them. It'll go through for you. So, but okay. So if we don't have any questions on that one, let's pause this and let's get on to our next one here. I have a BMW Rim here. There it is. Okay, so Greg Payton got this one for me, but it's a BMW Rim for a Matchbox car now. This was a 20-inch rim, and I sized it down to, what are we at for a diameter here? 4.73, so a little bit bigger than, I guess for an RC car it would work, but just to shrink things down a little bit for you guys. So now what I want to do on this one right here is do a morph between boundary curves, getting all these chamfers going around here. So now on this one, let me get to my multi-axis. So we're going to use our morph between boundary curves. And let's grab this guy right there, right here. And our start looks good. All right, let's grab a cutter here. Small little guy. Level is not going to really worry about here. Step over, since we're running on a smaller part here, I am going to put this down. Let's just try 10 thou for right now. Now with this one, what I want to do is I want to keep it fixed at one angle. So what I'm going to do is tilted by fixed angle here. sorry, grabbed the wrong one here. Tilt axis by a fixed angle. And I want to work on 30 degrees of that cutter here. We'll leave the rotary at 0. Let's just do save and calculate here, see what we have for toolpath. So it looks like we have some linking going on here, so let's just clean up that. So if we go to links, and I'll just do follow surface. There we go. So we're kind of coming in and starting at the top, working our way around, just going back and forth using the zigzag. So that should get us, let's just do a simulation here. And looks like we are gouging in there. So let me just do a gouge check real quick. And we'll just do tilt tool, automatic, and looks like I was gouging into this surface right here. And let's do a solid verify. Slow it down a little bit here. So that cutter is staying at 30 degrees in contact with that the entire time. So just kind of going back and forth, rotating around. So now we have all these other spokes right here. So what we're going to do is just do basically a mirror. So if we go, or a translate, rotate. So if I go to the roughing in more option right here, and I'm going to turn this guy on, now I have 8 of these surfaces that I want to cut. So I can just put 8 in here, and instead of 90, we're going to be at 45. Hit OK, save and calculate. So now we got all our spokes all done now. So if we want, we can show this on Machine Sim here. That tool. Remember when that did that to me last time, guys, when that tool was hanging way out? That is in my tool right here. For some reason, this number gets thrown way off here. Oh, it's not. Let me show you 5. Oh, looks like I'm still sitting too far out. Sorry about this, guys. Let me give me 1 second here. Let's try 4 inches. There we go. Okay, so let's slow this down a little bit here. And you can see our rotary is staying right at that 30 degrees. So we're just locking out that 5th trunnion table at 30 degrees, so it stays right there and working around the part. So now we can do this exact same thing. I'm just going to do a save and copy here. And we'll just switch up our geometry. Grab this guy and this guy. Start will be here. Oops. Now, is there anybody in here, when they pick a chain, it automatically wants to wrap it around? Is there anybody in here that's getting that currently, and is it driving you nuts? Because there is a setting for that, and just want to make sure nobody is silently suffering on what that setting is. I don't see anybody popping up in there, so okay. And let's just do save and calculate here. And now we have full 5-axis toolpath cleaning up that entire rim radius going all the way around the entire rim. So pretty easy to use, you know, especially using that that translate function right there. So we're not having to, you know, do all these different, real nice to use. And if we go ahead and simulate this through here, machine sim. I have it blazing going fast here, but there we go. So we got that rim, and like I said, it's the little RC car version of the BMW. But any questions on this particular part, guys? Everybody's so quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Everybody's on vacation mode like I was last week.
Silent protest.
Yep. All right, so I got one last part here I want to show you guys, and I didn't know if I would get time to program it live for you guys, so I had it programmed ahead of time. Let me just do browse recent parts here. This guy. Get everything loaded up here. Okay, so this part right here. Now the reason for the 5-axis on this one, and if we go to Mac 1 here, you can kind of see, is wanted to use the side of the cutter to get in there and go back and forth and basically hit on all this surface right here. So what we did here is, if I can show you the geometry, is basically just the selected faces right here. Now, it is only going to work on those specific faces. So with that, instead of having to come through and fill in, you know, those holes with the surface or anything like that, I just went to the link, so I'll get that here. So the start edge, just kind of the bottom of the geometry here, and I can have this reversed if I wanted to start at the bottom up here and work its way down. And then the end curve is the exact opposite side. Now you guys don't need to have a chain that fully wraps around. So, you know, we didn't have, you know, if we wanted to, what you could also do, I guess, like I said, I have to try it, is if we wanted to start at the center and work way out, we could pick this, you know, ellipse right here and start in the center and work way out. But basically I want to start on this side, work its way across, doing a zigzag pattern, meeting up to this side over here. Using a 1/4-inch ball end mill here. Levels, like I said, not really going to worry about. And doing a 5/1000 step over here. Now, if we go to the links right here, is what I was talking about. So it's set up as the follow surface. So basically, it's just going to skip over that like it was filled in automatically. If I turn on the toolpath, you'll see it here. So you'll see all the green. It's kind of skipping over those whole areas right there. So it's like it didn't even exist. So if I can kind of get a good view of what's going on there, just staying along the same feed rate, just skipping right over those. So now this one we did by fixed angle too. So what I want to do is keep it at 30 degrees to get clearance in there for that cutter. And then the gouge check is just against the drive surface. And I think I had to extend the surface. No, didn't have to do any extensions here. So we did right to the surface edge. So if we go ahead and play this through here, and let's just do a machine sim here. Give it a second while it's calculating, preparing everything here. Oh, that tool. Let me go fix that tool real quick here. Try to have this all set up for you guys, but every once in a while, and I'm using that. Yeah, I'm using that tool. So this is kind of completely off the subject of 5-axis, but if you guys go and open up your tool and everything's grayed out, that means you're using that tool in another operation is basically what's going on. So for that one, I'm just going to say no, don't save, and I'm going to exit out of here. And if I go to open up my tools right here and go to my tool number 10, do 4 inches, save and exit. And we'll just calculate this guy real quick. And I'll have to calculate this HSS operation real quick also. Okay, so let's simulate this. And for those of you guys that are new, if you guys do have a little star by here, that just means that operation needs to be calculated. Now, if you guys get a stoplight, the one that looks like up here, that means it needs to be resynchronized and calculated. Something's got out of sync. It's lost its associativity to the model. So if you just right click and instead of doing a calculate, you can do a synchronize and calculate, and it will synchronize everything. And if you guys are changing out models, you know, going from one model to another model, doing the change model reference, and you don't have your settings set to automatic, you'll every once in a while get stoplights for your stock and your target up here. So just a quick heads up for you guys. All right, so let's slow this down a little bit. Like I said, locked at that 30-degree angle and just getting in there with that tool. And we're not using the tip of the cutter here also, so because we could use the bottom of that ball, but to get a little bit nicer finish, we're using the side of the ball, not working right on that the bottom tip right there. So, and she's done. I think if I remember right, this is actually a implant, but for one bone graft or something like that. But any questions, guys? That's basically about all I have for tonight for the morph between boundary curves. Any concerns? Anything else you guys would like to see in there? Did I put everybody to sleep? But
I think you just did too good of a job at explaining.
Yeah. I keep telling myself that, but I'm starting to wonder now. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, guys, you know, and if you guys do want these parts, did have a guy from Boston Scientific want some of the parts from the night classes, just let me know, and I can be gladly put these on Dropbox or OneDrive for you guys, and you guys can play with them also, just to kind of see what I did, or you know, use it as a training purpose. But let us know what we can do to help out, guys. And like I said, you know, if you just get a quick second, come over to the website, fill out the review, let us know how we're doing. And you know, I can't stress this enough. We want to be, you know, the absolute best support that you guys have ever had. And we're seeing a ton of great, you know, reviews coming in here. Let's pull up the page for you guys so you can kind of see what it looks like. But lot of great reviews, and you know, as soon as you guys put those in, they're getting updated right away. So see if I see you guys in here. Ronnie, you got your great review in here. And I think Tim, no, I got Tim Anger. Let's see. Anybody else in here? Unless you guys left a 4-star. No, we got a couple 4 stars and 3 stars here. But yeah, if you guys have a second, definitely come over and let us know how we're doing, because I like to say, we are 100% a customer-driven CAM software, so base a lot of our new ideas coming off of you guys. Any input, we are putting that into the software right away. Some of the new 2017 stuff that's come out has a lot come from you guys. I want to show you guys some of the new features in 2017, but we're just trying to work out, get everything just absolute perfect for you guys, so when it's ready to be released, it's in your hands without any issues. So, but yeah, if there is no other questions, guys, just want to thank you for the time tonight and for joining the night class. And like I said, especially on a nice summer evening or night, I know there's could be definitely other things that you guys could be doing other than listening to me blabble on. So I definitely appreciate that, and all the input from you guys is greatly appreciated also. So, anything else before we end this, Scott?
Nope, that's it. Just like you said, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Really appreciate everyone's participation.
All right, guys. Well, this will be, like I said, this is recorded, so it will be up on YouTube about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And any questions, concerns, definitely, guys, I can't stress enough, shoot me an email, give us a call on the support line, and we'll get those questions answered for you guys right away. But all right, guys, have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.